Adam, everyone, and thank you for joining us right here on Wake Up Worcester on Charter Channel 3. Hey, coming up later on in this half hour, Scott Zobat's going to be stopping by. We're going to tell you about the Turtle Boy Music Awards, 4th annual, great night of music coming up next week. You'll hear all about it right here on Wake Up Worcester. Also, we're going to hear about the Chamber of Commerce. They are putting on a candidates debate night with all the candidates. We're going to be able to hear the mayor's debate. We're going to be able to hear from the school committee members. Those are coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll have all the details for you on that coming up in this half hour. And also, I want to make sure that if you haven't already, that you have gone to wakeupworcester.com, because you can sign up for World Smile Day on the website. What you can do is, if you want somebody to be smiled, maybe you got somebody next door, they're a little on the grumpy side. Maybe you got somebody who's smiling all the time and you just want to give them an extra smile on World Smile Day. Just give me a couple of lines, who they are, where we can find them, and we will hand deliver a smile on World Smile Day from our Smile Ambassador. So all of that going on. Make sure you check out the website, wakeupworcester.com. Right now, the Executive Director of Girls Inc. of Worcester, Kathy, thanks for coming by.
Absolutely, Hank. Thanks for having me here today.
Yeah, good to see you again. Well, let's talk a little bit about a new, now this is a new program. It's a drop-in program, but you've always had a drop-in
We've always had a drop-in after school, but we had it also in conjunction with what was called the Licensed School Age program. And what we were finding is that we were offering parents a little bit of something that they liked in one and a little bit of something they liked in the other, and together they just didn't add up.
It was
right,
well.
And I said, you know, on Dr. Doolittle, that the double-headed llama, the push me, pull you.
Sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's what we found ourselves in. So about 2 weeks ago, the senior staff had a long conversation with our program staff, and then a long conversation with our board of directors. And we made the decision that we were going to go to a strictly drop-in model, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6, because the parents were saying they wanted the extended hours. The drop-in program used to end at 5. People had to get out of work early to come and pick the girls up. It wasn't a good match for the parents.
Right.
And a lot of the kids, if they didn't get out of school until 3:30 or so, they'd get to Girls Inc. about 4 o'clock, and at 5 o'clock they have to go.
Yeah.
And the other side of it was they wanted it at an affordable price. And the way we had the licensed school age program structured, it was a little more expensive, and the transportation was extra. And we were finding is that neither of the programs, like I said, really met the needs of the parents and the kids. So we took the two of them, take the best of both, and now we have Monday through Friday, 2 to 6, and it's at what we know for some people, for us, is a bit of a sticker shock. It's $10 a day, but we have a sliding fee. And for $10 a day, they get swimming, homework help, computer skills, arts and crafts, and the Girls Inc. signature programs like economic literacy and our smart technologies program. So they're not sitting there watching Barney. They're really getting the enrichment and the support and the all-girl environment that's so important to them that they need.
It's funny, though, that you say sticker shock, Kathy, because, of course, for some of our viewers watching right now, the sticker shock is, how can they deliver all of that for $10? Not that, gee, how am I going to afford $50 a week? Right.
Well, the United Way, we have very generous United Way, Greater Worcester Community Foundation, other grant support for the individual programs offered that are in combination. The one I missed when I was doing the laundry list in my head is the Fit Girls program, which is a really important program to build healthy bodies, and it gets girls in the pool, and it teaches them sports skills, and we integrate it with yoga and nutrition and cooking classes, and we make it fun. And all of our programs are designed for how girls learn. And that's
and girls learn differently than guys, because you've stressed this a couple of times now, not only how girls learn, but also the fact that they're in this all-girl environment after school. Well, I mean, what do you think that does to be in an all-girl environment as opposed to being in a mixed environment or just going home after school?
There are so many benefits to this that research shows that when they're in an all-girl environment, they learn to ask questions, they learn to take risks differently, because they're not feeling like they're competing with the boys. They're feeling like they really have this science stuff or this computer stuff that they can ask questions, and they develop leadership skills as a result of being able to do that. The research has found that one of the things about girls that are in an all-girl environment, they'll do better in school, they'll want to do homework more, and they'll want to participate in girls' sports programs. So and this confidence, then, do they bring that back to the classroom? In other words, so once they've been in the all-girl environment, they've gotten these leadership skills, then the boys don't intimidate them at all. Right. And probably the other way around. Well, then we'll leave that to the Boy Scouts and the Boys and Girls Club. But the important piece is that we're not sure exactly what what that je ne sais quoi is, but it is a very important piece for many of the girls to be able to really find their own voice and their own self. And the best example I give is a 12-year-old girl going into the swimming pool in a bathing suit. How different it is when it's a whole bunch of girls and they're just taking lessons or they're doing relays, or we're going to actually, I'm going to do a little drop here. We're going to do an Iron Girl piece later next year. So we're going to begin to do the conditioning for the Iron Girl. And
is that like a triathlon?
It's going to be a triathlon for girls. It's going to be it's going to be awesome.
But this is all getting back then to self-image. It is different to just be out there with the girls in your swimsuit and having fun and not having to worry about somebody judging you.
Right. How I look, how I move, am I coordinated
enough? Does that really come more from the guys being there? I would have thought that girls were probably doing a pretty good job of judging each other and themselves without guys. I mean, is that?
But the issue is they're not judging themselves against the guys.
I see.
The little girls not so much because they're much less self-conscious. But when you get into the late elementary school and early middle school years, they're very conscious of how they are, and I could do the whole piece about imaginary audience, but we'll save that for a different
Kathy, I was also struck by something you said in the beginning that I think must be very gratifying for you as the executive director of Girls Inc. of Worcester as well, and that was that part of the problem seemed to be that the kids got there and then were leaving too soon. They wanted to stay more after school. That seems terrific to me.
It is. It is really wonderful.
To do that. Yeah.
Right.
Give me a typical kind of afternoon for a girl who arrives, because it just seems as if there's so much. Is it very structured and they're moving from thing to thing, or one girl might want to play basketball and another girl wants to go swimming?
Because it's a drop-in program, there will be choices that the girls can make. They'll be kind of coordinated age-wise, because we have kindergarten through the 8th grade. So we have the kindergarten 1st and 2nd grades together, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, maybe 6th grades together, and then the middle school girls together. And they'll be able to choose from a variety of activities, from arts and crafts to we have what's called the Operation Smart Room, science, math, and related technology, and we have microscopes, and they do CSI investigations, and I was a suspect in one of their CSI investigations once, and they can go, we have dance classes on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, so they can go do a variety of different dance steps. We have volleyball and basketball. Like I said, the triathlon piece, the Iron Girl, is coming up in the spring, and so we'll start doing real structured conditioning for that. That's
going to be great. Kathy, how do people get involved in the drop-in after-school program?
They call or they come by. Our phone number is 508-755-6455. I would suggest that they call extension 34 because they can reach either Heather or Kaija there, and they're the two program managers, and they're wonderful, and they'll be happy to help folks. Or they can drop by. We have one site at this point. It is our called Winthrop House. It's at the corner of Providence and Winthrop, up across from the old St. V's, and drop in. And all the families that come in, we need to have them sign the registration forms because we need emergency contact and any kind of medical issues and permissions. But once they do that, the girls, we will have transportation at some of the local schools, and others we're going to try to get carpools with the parents to be able to get the girls from some of the schools that aren't real close to us to bring them by.
What a great program. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Kathy, thanks for stopping by. We'll have you back again real soon.
Oh, I hope so.
Appreciate it. Right here on Wake Up Worcester. Still to come, we'll tell you about the Turtle Boy Music Awards and also the great debates. They're on the way, and we'll tell you about what the Chamber is going to be doing for those right here on Wake Up Worcester.